Welcome. Thank you for joining. My name is Melissa. I'm here to guide you through yoga. We will practice together for 45 minutes today. As we go through class, just a reminder to listen to your body. If any of the stretches that we work with do not work for your body, please skip them. You can come on out and you can modify. For your practice today, you'll want to have a mat to practice on. If you would like additional props, feel free to have a blanket to pad your knees, maybe a block or two to bring the ground a little higher up if needed. We'll be doing a variety of seated, standing, and reclining stretches. So if you need to adjust your screen, please do so. Today's practice will be a lovely practice for relaxing the mind and the body. We'll work on increasing flexibility, mobility, building strength. And today's practice will be focused more on the legs. We'll do some really nice leg stretches, leg strengthening, working with our low back, hips, and the different parts of the leg. Let's take a standing position to start. So we'll just find our way up to that nice, comfortable standing position. You can start by having your feet in line with your hips, letting your toes point straight forward. We'll gently roll out our shoulders 3 times. So nice big inhale. Take the shoulders up, back, and down. Inhale, shoulders up, back, down. And one more time. Full inhale and exhale. And then as you relax your shoulders from your ears, just take a moment, maybe close the eyes if that feels comfortable. Begin to drop into your body, into your breath, into the present moment. Maybe lifting the toes from the ground, slowly placing the toes down just one at a time. Feel the connection through your toes and through the insides and the outsides of both of your feet. Traveling up the body, a gentle bend to the knees, maybe a slight tuck of the tailbone. And then lengthen your spine, lengthen the back of the neck. Reach and stretch through the crown of the head. We'll begin to connect with our breath, observing the gentle rise, the gentle fall of the breath. And then lengthening as you inhale and also as you exhale. If you'd like, you can begin to deepen the breath. So in yoga, we have a breath called the ocean breath or called the Ujjayi breath. And this is a breath where we gently constrict the throat on the inhale and the exhale. It may sound like the sound of the ocean, or if you wanted to fog a mirror, maybe starting that breath and letting that breath guide you through the practice today. If you feel called to, set an intention for your practice. And then intention can be anything. It may be that you want to relax for this next 45 minutes, maybe to release tension in your body, in your mind. So there's really no right and there's no wrong intention. To begin, let's gently take our right hand behind our low back. We'll reach for the left hip crease. And then we'll sweep our left arm up and over. So we'll just take a little side stretch as a warm up. Try to feel grounded in both of your feet. Let's come back to center. Left arm will wrap around the low back. Right hand stretches up and over. Maybe feel your hips press off to the right, just letting that guide you a little deeper into that lateral stretch for your spine. We'll try that again. Right hand wraps, left hand lifts. Maybe imagine you could create a little bit of space in between the ribs as you breathe here. Left arm rocks, right hand lifts. Gently roll that right shoulder back, left shoulder draws under, heart shines up towards the ceiling. Back through to center. Let's take a yoga mudra stretch in the hands. So for yoga mudra, fingers will interlock, palms will touch, or you can square the wrists. Full breath here to lengthen. Folding down as you exhale. And then try to relax the fronts of the shoulders. And just noticing if that helps you move a little deeper into the shoulder stretch. Float your hands onto your low back. Hands come down towards the mat. Shake out the legs here. Maybe bend one knee, bend the other knee. Maybe head shakes and relaxes yes. Head shakes and relaxes no. As you find your way into stillness here, walking your hands to the right side stretch in your folds. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Take a deep breath out through the nose. Make your way back to center, hands to the other side. Reaching, stretching through the waist. Lengthen through the side body, the arm and the fingertips. Come back to center into a fold. Hands onto the shins, bringing yourself to a halfway lift. Plant your hands, take your right foot back. Right knee will lower. And begin to bend and straighten your front leg here. Now, if that right knee is sensitive, you can always grab a blanket to pad the knee. If the ground is feeling far away, you may want to bring your hands on those blocks. And then as you bend into the left knee, just be mindful that your knee and your ankle are in the same line. So we just don't want our knee to move too far forward here. Let's take an exhale. We will straighten the front leg. We'll give ourselves an opportunity to fold forward, coming into a variation of our half splits pose. And then keeping your left leg straight, we'll take our left hand up. We're going to take a variation of a twist with the front leg straight. Try to roll your left shoulder back. Try to roll your right shoulder under. We'll do a reset back into a bent knee on the left side. Bring yourself to a tabletop position. And as you take tabletop, let's take an opportunity to lower the stomach, lift up through the heart. Press the ground away. We'll float chin to chest, round your back. Lowering stomach, lifting through the heart space. Pressing the ground away, chin to chest, round your back. Just a couple more times here. Just find a nice rhythmic flow with your own breath. As you come to neutral, right foot takes a big step up in between the hands. We will take an opportunity here to bend and straighten the front leg. And then as we try the stretches on the second side of the body, just noticing if the stretch feels very similar on one side to the first side that we worked on. May feel very similar and may feel very different one side to the next side. Let's take an exhale here. We will straighten out that right leg. Give yourself that fold forward. Maybe relax through the back of the neck. Let your head hang heavy like a weight. Right hand sweeps up. We will twist. Try to keep that right leg as straight as possible. Breathe in and out deeply. We'll plant that right hand. Right knee will bend. Step forward to a fold at the top of your mat. Take your hands to your shins. Find a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale. Let's rise to a mountain position. Float your hands to your heart as you exhale. We'll work with our knee down sun salutation. This is a really nice opportunity to stretch your quad and your hip flexor and your psoas. If you feel like you've sat a lot through the day today, those can get really tight and short, so we'll spend some time lengthening them. Take an inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, fold yourself down. Hands to shins for halfway lift. Plant the hands, right foot steps back, right knee will lower. Hands can reach up towards the sky. Maybe try to be on the upper part of your right knee. So that tends to be a little bit softer, a little bit fleshier part of the knee. Let's take the hands down. Planting the right hand, left hand lifts. We'll take our knee down twist. Try to feel your shoulders stack and open here. Let's do a reset. We'll take it to runner's lunge. So grounding into your hands in your left foot, right knee lifts up. We'll step back into plank, take a high push-up pose. As you find plank, we'll lower all the way to the mat. So reverse push-up down into Sphinx pose. Hands will glide in front of you. Elbows in line with your shoulders. Maybe reach for opposite arms here just to make sure elbows aren't too far from one another. We are going to breathe. So nice low back bend. If you'd like a little bit more stretch, hands press down, elbows lift up, elbows wrap in. And if you'd like a little bit more stretch, maybe work on straightening out the arms, working with the variation of a seal pose. Let's take ourselves down to the mat. Full breath here. Press back to downward facing dog. And then as you take down dog, maybe a bit of movement here. It may feel nice to bend one knee, to bend the other knee. Maybe the head shakes yes. Maybe the head shakes no. As you find your way into stillness here, let's begin to float that right leg up to the sky. We'll come to three-limbed dog. Let's take our right knee to our right tricep. We'll do a little float and tap through. Send the leg up and back. Knee to nose. We'll round and crunch. Up and back. Right knee to your left tricep. Cross it over. Up and back. Big step through. Let's take it to our knee down warrior. So right foot floats forward. Left knee will lower. Hands will reach up. As best as you can, try to square your hips and your shoulders forward here. Hands can lower down. Right hand lifts. We'll take a twist. And then on your breath here, let's breathe into the twist for our low back, mid back, and upper back. Releasing the hand down, let's come through to our fold, left foot to right foot. Hands to shins for halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rooting down to rise up. Hands to heart as you exhale. Let's bring those hands to the sky. Big breath here. Dive it down, forward fold. Hands to shins for halfway lift. Planting the hands, let's take left foot back. Left knee will lower. Hands reach up to the sky. Big breath here. Come on down. Let's reset. Find your way to runner's lunge. Back into plank. High push-up pose. and lowering all the way down to the mat for a boat pose. For boat, arms are alongside the body, palms face down, legs lift, torso lifts, arms lift. And then we'll just hold and breathe here. So as you inhale, feel yourself lifting up, moving deeper into the back bend. And then as you exhale, feel how the body finds a little bit of softness in the pose. Lowering down, take a full inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg will float to the sky, 3-limb dog. Let's take that left knee to the left tricep. Up and back. Knee to nose. Up and back. Left knee to your right tricep. Up and back. Step it through. Right knee lowers. Hands reach up. Breathe here. Strong connection to the core. Let the tailbone tuck. Feel your navel move back and up towards the spine a little bit. We'll float the hands down. Let's come on forward to a fold. Hands to shins for halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise to mountain position. Hands to heart as you exhale. Let's take those hands up. Big breath here. Exhale, fold yourself down. Hands to shins, find a halfway lift. Plant your hands. Let's take that right foot back. We'll find our way to a runner's lunge. We will begin to bend and straighten the front leg. Now, if this is feeling too challenging, you can always lower that right knee down onto the ground to make it a little bit easier. Also remember that you can always use your blocks if you need as well. We are going to bend into that front knee for runner's lunge, springing off the back foot. Let's take it to a warrior 3 position. In warrior 3, try to feel nice and grounded through all the parts of your left foot. Press through the inside, through the outside, and then notice your body's natural tendency if you roll in or out. We'll come back to a runner's lunge. We'll straighten that front leg for a runner's stretch. Maybe encourage your right hip to come forward and your left hip to pull back a little bit. Come through. Let's take it back to warrior 3. Imagine if you could see yourself from the side. We would want to create this capital T shape in the body. Long line from left heel to left hip. Long line from right heel to crown of the head. We'll come back to our runner's lunge. Left hand lifts for a runner's twist. Breathe into the twist for your low back, mid back, upper back. Releasing to runner's lunge. We'll come through for warrior 3. Try to feel that your hips are even in warrior 3. So it's very easy for that right hip to roll up quite a bit. Maybe you roll that hip down, even off the low back, even off the hips. Let's take ourselves to warrior 1 from here. Right foot back, heel grounds down, hands will reach up. Try to feel a sensation of breathing in and breathing out of your nose. Let's take our hands behind the body for heart opening. Yoga Mudra, really nice shoulder stretch. Folding down on exhale, devotional. Warrior 1 position. Try to relax the fronts of the shoulders. And just noticing if that helps you move a little deeper into the shoulder stretch. Breath will take you through center. Let's rise up. We'll take it to our runner's lunge position. Coming into a fold with our legs crossed. So you'll want to take your right foot behind your left foot to the left side of your mat. Line your toes up, line your heels up, and fold over the fronts of the legs as you exhale. We'll gently unwrap the legs for our traditional forward fold. Feet are in line with your hips. Left foot steps back, runner's lunge, bend, and straighten the front leg here. And then as you flow with the breath linking the movements. Exhalation, leg will straighten. Inhalation, knee will bend. Let's begin to straighten out that leg. And then nice big inhale to come through for runner's lunge to warrior three. Strong connection to the core here. Let your tailbone tuck. Feel your navel move back and up towards the spine a little bit. Back into a runner's lunge. Right leg will straighten. Runner's stretch. Maybe encourage that left hip forward, right hip crease pulls back a bit. Bending into that right knee, let's float it forward, warrior three position. Let's find that spot to focus on. One spot to focus, concentration, awareness, one spot that's not moving. Back to runner's lunge, right hand lifts. We'll take it to a runner's twist. Feel that left shoulder roll under, right shoulder rolls open, heart shines up. Reset back, runner's lunge, warrior three, float it forward. Come back to that breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Warrior one, we'll step it back. Hands can reach up to the sky as you breathe in. Feel the arms frame the ears. Fingers are active. Reach, stretch through the fingertips. Hands behind the body. Fingers interlock, palms touch. Heart will open. Coming down for a devotional warrior one position. Try to relax through the head and the neck. Maybe look to the wall behind you. Maybe look to the ceiling up behind the body. Rise up, big inhale here. Hands to the sky. Lower the hands down. Let's come to our runner's lunge. We'll land in our fold with our legs crossed. Left foot moves to the right side of your mat. So that left leg will be behind. Toes line up, heels line up. Fold over the fronts of the legs as you exhale. Let's unwrap the legs to our traditional forward fold. So feet in line with your hips. We are going to step back into plank. Find your way to a high push-up pose. As you find plank, we'll work with side plank. So for side plank, right hand begins to lift up to the sky. If you'd like to make this a little easier, feel free to bring your left leg down, create a bit of a kickstand support here. You can also have your legs straight. You can stack the insides of your feet. You can stagger them. Whether that bottom leg is up or down, there's also an option to take the top leg to the sky. Let's take ourselves to plank. Hips to the sky, down dog. Right leg reaches up, three-limb dog. Big step forward. Let's take it to a crescent warrior here. So in crescent warrior, we're on the toes of our left foot. We'll feel that that left leg is really active. Press firmly through the heel. Press firmly through the back of the knee. Hands into prayer at heart. Breath to lengthen. Twisting to the right as you exhale. So we'll just hook that left elbow on the right knee. Encouraging prayer hands to the center of the chest. Feel free to stay here if you'd like to invite some challenge. Left foot can step forward. We'll be in chair with a twist. We are going to step that left foot back then with a twist. Let's gently unwind to crescent warrior. Hands reach, stretch up. Warrior two on exhale. We'll open out those arms. We'll readjust through our feet. Feel your front heel lining up with your back arch. Let your shoulders be over your hips. Feel your hands reach forward and reach back. Reverse, we'll float that front hand up and back. Back hand can glide down the back leg. Maybe wrap the arm around the low back. Reach for the other hip crease. Take a half bind here. Come back to stillness to warrior two and then down into a lateral angle. Maybe extended lateral angle. Maybe lower that hand down to the ground for a little bit more stretch. Try not to collapse into the bottom shoulder. So we're going to lift and lengthen a little bit there. Rise up. Let's take it to warrior two. We'll straighten out the front leg. Front hand comes up and back. Reverse triangle stretch. Coming up to neutral. Let's bring it into a pyramid pose. So for pyramid, left foot will take a little hop forward. We'll have both of our feet pointing forward. If you'd like more of a stretch, you can bring more distance in between the feet. Hands to the sky. Let's take a breath here. Exhale, we'll fold ourselves down. And then as you take your folds, maybe just notice, become aware of where you feel the stretch in your body. We all experience each pose so differently. Maybe stretch through the legs, through the low back, maybe through the back of the neck as you let your head relax and release. Right hand can lift. We could take pyramid twist. And if you're here and you would like more challenge, there is a variation of a revolved balancing half moon pose. So you can take your left hand out in front, maybe a foot or a foot and a half in front. You'll want to press the weight into that left hand and into your right foot. And if you were in this pose and you want to go a little further, there is an option to take your right hand for your left foot. This is a twisted sugar cane stretch. We are going to gently release to warrior two. So we'll just slowly unwind the pose. We'll take an opportunity to reset through the legs and the shoulders. Let's float those hands down. We'll make our way to our runner's lunge. We'll find our way to plank. Left hand lifts for side plank. And then this is where you can modify. So bottom leg down for left. Top leg lifts for more. Maybe stack the feet or stagger the feet. Let's come back into plank. We'll release to down dog. Left leg reaches to the sky. Then a nice big step through with that left foot. We'll come to our crescent warrior. Dropping back into the breath. In and out through the nose. Let's put our hands into heart for prayer. Breath to lengthen. Twisting off to the left. Hooking the right elbow on that left kneecap. And so step forward for prayer with a twist. Try to feel balanced in your feet. You don't want that right knee to come forward too much. Step back to prayer, twist. We'll find that crescent twist. And then unwinding to crescent warrior. Exhale to that warrior two. position. Finding activation in the legs here. So the feet won't actually move, but imagining that the feet could pull in towards the center of the mat. Reverse, let's bring it up and back. Try to bend a little deeper into the front knee. So body's natural tendency is to straighten out that front leg. We'll come back here to warrior two, down into lateral angle. Maybe extended lateral angle. Try to create a little twist sensation here. So gently roll the right shoulder back. Left shoulder rolls under. Heart shines up. Ground firmly into the feet. Let's bring it through. Warrior two. Left leg straightens, left hand up, back, reverse triangle position. And then up to neutral. Let's work with pyramid pose. Right foot will take that little hop forward. Hips and shoulders square forward. Hands reach up. Exhale, fold down. And then as you're in this pose, making it more challenging by bringing extra weight into your left foot, letting that left hip lift up. You can also encourage your right hip forward, left hip pulls back here. Left hand reaches up. Let's take a twist. Pyramid twist. And then option to lift that right leg up. So you can float the right hand out in front a little bit. And that brings us to our revolved balancing half moon pose. Option to take your hand for the foot, sugar cane with a bind. Breathe in and out through the nose deeply. Slowly unwind the pose. We'll find our way back to warrior two position. And then as you align in warrior two, we'll windmill the hands down. Let's come to runner's lunge. Left foot will walk to the left edge of the mat. Both hands are on the inside of your foot. We'll set it for lizard or gecko here. To make the stretch a little easier, you can always lower the right knee down to the mat. Feel free to stay on the hands. You can also drop down onto the forearms. You can also take the forearms onto blocks. You are just going to want to be really mindful of that left knee so that the knee doesn't move past the ankle. We want to have our knee and ankle in one line or knee behind the ankle. We just don't want that knee to be shifting too far forward here. Maybe with each exhale, you can just feel your hips gently softening down to the mat a little bit more. And we'll press down into the hands. Right toes will curl under, right knee lifts up. Big step to the upper right edge of the mat. So right foot steps forward, and then left foot will step back. And we'll take our lizard, gecko on the second side. You know that you can always take this one at your own pace with your breath, making it more challenging or making it easier. I know this stretch can be intense. Just try to find softness as best as you can. Maybe relaxing through the eyebrows, through the jaw. Relaxing through the back of your neck, through your shoulders. And then from here, we will meet in a tabletop position. So we'll take our right knee to meet our left knee. Taking a big inhale here. As you exhale, let's take a child's position. And then in child's pose, either the knees together to help stretch your low back. You can also take your big toes to touch, maybe knees apart, giving yourself that really nice hip stretch and leg stretch. Maybe feel how the breath just helps you into the pose. As you exhale, feel yourself move a little deeper into the pose. And then as you inhale, maybe feel how you lift from the pose a bit. And then we'll rise up to table. You can sweep your feet to the right or to the left. We'll come to seated. And then as you come to seated, let's bring it down onto our back. We are going to reach for the feet, taking a happy baby stretch. Flex your feet, reach through your heels. Gentle rock to the right, gentle rock to the left. And then we'll come to stillness. We'll bring our knees to our chest, hug and hold them in, and drop your knees to the right for a spinal twist. Maybe gaze off the left shoulder, allowing for the eyes to close. Feel that left shoulder gently melting to the mat with each exhale. We'll bring ourselves back to a neutral spine, hugging the knees in, and gently releasing the knees to the left, gazing off the right shoulder, and then closing the eyes. Maybe as you breathe here, feel your body gently react to your inhale and exhale. And then we'll release. We can come back onto our back body. Knees can come to our chest, arms, hands around knees or shins, and a gentle rock to the right and to the left. We are going to circle here. So maybe find large circles, maybe find small circles. And then reverse. We'll flow in the other direction. And then from here, we'll make our way to stillness. We'll come into Shavasana, relaxation time. Legs relax, arms relax. Feel free to bend the knees and plant the feet if you'd like more of an active rest stretch. And of course, if there's any final stretch or movement or pose that you need to take, anything that would help your body feel ready for our relaxation time, please take that. And this last pose is one of the most important poses in the yoga sequence. Through our class, we did so many beneficial things for our body and our minds. And as we move into stillness, we can integrate the benefits of our practice into our minds, into our body. Take a moment, deepen the breath, wiggle fingers and toes. Roll to your side. We'll come to a fetal position here. Pressing up into seated. And then as you take seated, bringing hands into the heart in prayer, closing the eyes or softening the gaze. Just take an opportunity here to become aware, to notice how you feel. Feel your mind relax, calm, at ease. Feel your body aligned and balanced. Noticing the effects of yoga on your mind and your body. Namaste. Thank you for joining. I hope that you enjoyed today's practice. Leave me any comments or questions or feedback that you may have in the chat. I look forward to seeing you next class. I'll be here tomorrow. We have mindful stretch at 3 o'clock East Coast time, 15 minutes of stretching on the mat. I'll also be back a bit later on this week on Friday for 10 o'clock chair yoga. So 30 minutes of stretching in your chair. Have a peaceful day today, and I will see you next class. Take care.